Hey y'all, it's Thursday email update. Let me try and go quickly because I have a lot to say. First of all, we are not going to have a leader meeting as normal on Sunday. This is the third Sunday of the month, but it's also Father's Day, and I value your family enough to say we need to put your family first. So I'm going to take 15 minutes. It's going to be a leader mingle. It's not going to be a leader meeting. Right after church, we'll meet in the same classroom and we'll talk standing up, whatever, but it's just going to be a 15 minutes for us to get together because we can't reschedule it. Every other Sunday is jacked up from here through August. So if we're going to keep doing these things, we have to at least do it on the same day. So this Sunday, 15-minute leader mingle, not a leader meeting. So this email might be a little bit longer because of that, but just hear me out on some of this stuff. Thanks for coming out last night. We missed those of you who couldn't be there. I know some of you had good reasons not to be there. We missed you. For those of you that made phone calls ahead of time and organized a leader or a student to step up and to take over your small group, that's fantastic. Good leadership on your part. When you do that, it allows somebody else, it allows a student, from time to time to get some leadership experience, and I think that is a great opportunity. So begin to build that into your kids as you can't make it sometimes, which everybody's going to miss every once in a while. We hate for you to miss, but when you do, try to get somebody to fill in for you. One of my goals for August 24th, the first day back to school, August 24th is the first day back to school. One of my goals is to have all of our groups reorganized. Right now for the summer it's going to be kind of casual and laid back, and kids can kind of just go to the group that they would normally go to, based on their age group. But we are going to do our promotion and we're going to make our changes and everything in August for that. In August I also want to have, I think I need at least one more guys leader to fill in where Ricardo left out, and maybe one other girls leader because a couple of the groups are kind of filling up. So be praying with me about that. In addition to that, I want to set up a co-ed college age group. I need a leader for that because there's a bunch of kids that just graduated high school and we have no place to send them, but I don't want to kick them out. I don't feel like we can put a ministry together that would be, a quality ministry for them with everything else going on, but because it is my responsibility and because I do care about these graduates, I want to provide something to them. So what I'm thinking is we're going to do a small group that will entail them being able to come to Dive, but then when we do small groups, then they'll divide out and they'll go together in a co-ed type setting, which would be different than the other small groups, but it's because they're older and they are distinct from the teenagers in middle school and high school. So that'll be good, but pray with me about somebody that could lead that and that would take on that role and responsibility of being the small group leader for a co-ed college age. Also Sunday school, still working on that. I want to have that nailed down by August, so pray with me about it. Some of you have mentioned it to me, but we need to nail that down. There's a mission trip next month. If you can go to that and you didn't get to go to camp, really pray about it because I need your help. July 20th through the 24th. It won't cost you anything. I mean, if you want to pitch in to help us cover the expenses, great. But if you can't, and you can just volunteer your time, I'd love for you to come out. The cost is $75 for students for that. And we're going to the Fort Lauderdale First Church of the Nazarene for service projects as well as some ministry opportunities. Let me just talk to you really quick. There's been some issues in the youth group that have came to my attention of two different issues. One of which is the distractions that have happened lately in the worship. Kids just totally being disrespectful and disregarding worship as well as the message. We've got to give them positive peer pressure. We can reprimand them all we want, but we need positive peer pressure. We need the students and some of our good kids to come in and sit with these kids. We need to sit with these kids. We need to do whatever we can to try to positively influence these kids to not be a distraction. Another thing that's happened is there's a student in our group that it was brought to my attention that didn't want to or doesn't really want to come back to the church because some hurtful things were said to him about his appearance or something like that. And we have to have that koinonia that I was talking about. So talk against that. Talk away from that. Don't start guessing who it is, or don't bring it up, in personal settings, because I don't want to, pick a kid out. But just talk against that kind of thing and those kind of hurtful remarks based on, who a person is, or their certain personality types. Okay, so talked about goals, small groups, the mission trip, Sunday school. Reach out to your kids, even though I said the small groups are going to be laid back and kind of separate and distinct. Kind of not as organized for the summer. You still know who your kids are, and you know when they're gone, and you need to reach out to them. It doesn't mean that we don't need to still stay up with our discipleship commitments and continue to follow up with them. So don't let them fall through the cracks, man. Do the folders. Make sure that you're asking the intentional questions. Make sure you're calling, doing your discipleship commitments, spending that hour a week that you committed to. Be a leader to your family before you're a leader to students. Do family devotions. It makes a difference in the spiritual growth of your family. There's a leader meeting this Sunday, but it is super, super abbreviated because it's Father's Day, and I value your time. It'll be 15 minutes, and then you'll get to go either be a dad if you're a man, if you're a father, or you'll get to go, celebrate your father or your husband or whatever the case may be. So 15 minutes after church, Sunday, leader meeting. Thanks. Sorry that this was a long email. Have a great day. All right, guys. Pray for camp. Bye.